Hi everyone, Caro here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Tarot Solar Sun Studio. We are here in another daily tarot reading. This is going to be for the 29th and 30th of November. Yes, basically we are going to read for the last 2 days of November. And it is almost the Sagittarius season. By the way, I want to also say happy birthday to those Sagittarius out there who has been celebrating their birthdays. And yeah, we have absolutely a new season and also new spirits really around this time. So merry holidays for those who are starting their holiday seasons. Of course, this is celebrated very differently in all over the world, but let me just initiate this conversation. For the last 2 days I've been repeating it. Hope you will be together with your loved ones, or you have been together and spent a good time with them. So I want to now begin with this reading. I am going to read Teste. So Katina's Teste cards once again, but this time serving for the 2 days, okay? I want you to keep in mind that in Cartomancy the energy is fluid. So yes, I am saying for the 28th, 29th, this is what I put my intentions for, but you can also give, +3, -3 days to these things, okay? So just letting you know, you got to take a flexible with these cards, but let's now have a look for the 28th and 29th. Okay, now I want to get our first card. This is going to represent the collective. Okay, so this is us. Now we are going to see what we are. These are guidance cards, the genies. So we are going to now I'm gonna get a smaller portion of this reading. Normally it is so big, but I'm gonna for the daily context I'm going to make the smaller version of it. So I'm going to now put cards. And I will let you know what cards are representing here. And the last 2 cards, yes, this is a mini reading. But actually, no, 2 more, sorry, 2 more. It's going to be, oops, not. But this is I will get for the last part of the reading. We will look at this one. Okay. Okay. Now let's begin with the what is overall our what is in our conscious awareness as collective energy today, plus what is really like visible to us. Oh, okay, so we have Sa. There is a male figure here. Okay, now this may mean many things for many people. So let me cover what this may mean. Now, this guy, you see, this is Sa. So he is the Sultan. There was this song, Sultans of Swing, right? Well, he can be the Sultan of Swings for some kind. I have to say, because Sa is a... okay, so just kidding. Sa is a womanizer gentleman in Desta cards. The womanizer guy, and this guy is known for his you know, this very charming, super polite, you know, everybody wants to be around him. He is actually representing the, again, another unconventional relationships, and of course it can also influence third party energy in our reading. With Sa, there is always it's actually, you know, someone who is always surrounded by women guy, so it's actually on the more psyche level than what this can mean. This is like a social, I mean super social person, let's say. It's that too much interaction, like too much social interaction, yes, we can say. But how this takes place? So when you have that social network, of course, you know, you cannot be so deep with everyone, right? Super deep personal talks. It's just a little bit, you know, with everyone. It's sometimes small talk, on the surface talk. So this is how he does that network. Socially, this may indicate that. So collectively, it may mean like with what we are surrounded with at this time, are these little exchanges with people around us, as social connections. It can be, this is now visible to us, it's on our head, but it can literally also mean there is a guy in our head, and this guy is this charmer, womanizer, and or it may be also the man we are in relationship with, okay? The man we are in relationship with, the man we know, the man we get in touch, in contact, or the one person on our mind. Sa, usually it says in the cards, you know, I mean, he comes usually when a person don't want actually alone time from them, kind of thing. This guy knows what he wants. He at least I can say he can expose that in the character of the cards, character stories. But by the way, for instance, in Desta cards, if you are a man asking a question, you know, you are a man, you come to me, for instance, you ask, for instance, your partnership, your marriage, okay? Now this guy then represents for man a woman is having another man in their life. So like if you are, let's say, the husband or the partner, so this Sa can also represent the woman in your life is actually seeing another person, a man. It can also be, okay? It can be so many things there. Plus, it may also represent, for instance, this is our first card, so, you know, we don't see the whole context now, so let me cover these, because later we're gonna put everything in context. But also you can think it like an educational, because there has been Quarrens who has purchased this deck from me. So just this, with this mini readings, maybe they can also get this course kind of thing. This can be also to someone always in your mind, like this guy is always on your mind and you are on their mind, okay? And it can be also this anticipation of you know, okay, we're gonna make a talk, a speech together soon, like this willing to connect. plus it can be also that's our let's say the collectives saw the charming ways. So there is like the personal charm, let's say people's personal charm, and also like a person, how you present yourself to the outside world, for instance. So what we can say collectively then, we are so much giving importance how we present ourselves to the outside world at this time, how we well, it's actually makes sense because, you know, many people seeing their you know loved ones and people in the holiday seasons. So it's that how you gonna represent yourself. Okay, when people ask you how are you, what impression you will give them, you know. But Sa is not like what is really deep down in a person. It is the, what impression we give. What it's actually like that Libran energy, like that, you know, representative body, like which is going to reflect that outer look. And in a way actually creating harmony, charm, beauty, let's say. Okay, not getting actually these things get in the way, but not really showing them. Okay, because here the idea is to maintain connections. Also it can be, for instance, the collective looking for ways to you know, when things will be solved in our lives, when all these sometimes overwhelming things will gonna finish. Also by using our it's like this rising sign. How our rising sign at this time is like actually working for us, right? The way that we present ourselves to the world. So also it can also represent there is someone, for instance, who is all the time crowded with and surrounded with other people. Everyone likes them. Okay, so maybe there is a person like this in our lives. So with this being said now, let's see what is in our subconscious. It can be fear, it can be what we don't see, it can be let's find out. Reverse Death Star. Okay, we have another character card, ladies and gentlemen. So now here we have a female figure. You see this lady. Okay, she has a nice these fabrics and beautiful clothes. Okay, this is a princess. Death Star is her name. And came reversed though. Okay, now reverse Death Star. Let me first talk about Death Star to you. Now this Death Star is a woman who is actually, you know, super calm, very you know, cool vibes, and she represents the wife to the person. Or it can be that character, or that, you know, what is hidden in the subconscious is something like a powerful woman archetype, very strong, you know, grabs and gets what she wants, let's say. But Death Stars, in the Death Star story, this actually, she, for instance, she may get in touch with people for her like own benefit, but this is not like, let's say, it's not really a win-win situation she creates, but she's like how, not self-drained, but, or self-absorbed, but, you know, she you know, people get, for instance, worry when they learn Death Star actually reach out to them just for her own benefit. I mean, not really actually she's wondering about you, kind of thing. Not really she misses you, but she, let's say, gives you a call to you. It's reversed. just to serve her, in a way, let's say. Plus, the fear here can be, so here that, for instance, the fear or in the subconscious, when people like, in that social energy we talk about, who is actually really sincere? Okay, because in soul energy, we didn't talk about, I mean, he is the charmer and womanizer and the social guy, but when he asks you really how are you, he means it. Okay, but deep down in these 2 days now, someone has called us and we are like, what this person wants from us, kind of thing, maybe. Or we fear that someone reaching out to us actually again, or every 2 months, or actually, or in every 6 months, they reach for personal gain, not really wondering actually how we are really doing, kind of thing. This can be, for instance, the fear. In love, for instance, this may represent, in love, the fear can be, oh, things, a lot of things, for instance, going wrong. And it's like to understand the one that you love has another person in their heart. This is also our fear. So maybe it's like we fear Sa, like, or this charming person having another, let's say, someone in their heart. There is someone in their heart. But it can be also if a man is asking for their wife. Okay, this card represents, for instance, Sa can be Dastar's lover. Okay, so a man who is asking the question, they fear from their wife, you know. There can be also these combinations there. This may also, in the reverse Dastar story, we see Dastar being very shrewd, actually. Shrewd, it can be greedy energy, it can be, it may represent a woman who does not easily, let's say, convinced or believe. It's hard to establish that trust energy. Sometimes it may represent, for instance, people who, let's say, you did good to them many times, let's say, but you say sometimes, you know, they didn't even say thank you one day, you know. My clients usually come to me sometimes with heartbroken stories. You know, you do this and this to this person, but they say, for instance, they didn't even tell me thank you, you know, one day. So a person is not seeing actually the good deeds they are receiving. What would be the English word actually for that? Let me check the English word, ladies and gentlemen. So just a sec, please. Thankless. Ungrateful. Ungrateful. Yes, ungrateful energy. It may represent around this time. And plus, for instance, what we don't see here, as the card is in the subconscious line, also the fear line, you know, one has this, let's say, this shrewd thoughts and selfish thoughts of a person. Okay, the thoughts are always for their own benefit, and it does not serve others, neither in the short or the long time. Okay, so this comes as like a shadow now. We can say Dastar actually comes, Dastar's energy is in the shadow. Sa energy is actually relatively much better now. So I think here, like, here there is some type of, in the collective, what I get from these cards, you know, how I can put this in the best way. It's that social interactions, you know, what is really genuine, what is really not. Even in the small talk or this sometimes a little handshake or a mini hug, you know, you get this very little exchange, but you understand the sincerity of that person, or something feels shallow at the moment, but then let's say it grows later, or it actually, that things maybe need time to grow, or it is just like this dust starts shadow energy. It is what it is, you know. So it's, I think there is something in the social setup in these 2 days. Okay. Okay, so I want to now get where we are coming from. We are coming from the oval. Okay, this is like a more, let's say, past cards. This is more future-oriented cards. This is, let's say, now. Now, we had some information about things. Okay, owl is close to the collective. Collective knows. Collective knows. We have the owl. And what is owl? Owl is wisdom, right? Owl is a animal, you know, actually who is doing by night better. By the way, I have to admit you that, ladies and gentlemen, I think I never seen an owl. If I remember correct, I don't remember myself seeing an owl with a naked eye. Yeah, actually, I wish I would saw a owl with the naked eye. You know, somewhere around my neighborhood, or I saw bat, B-A-T once. I was around 10-11 days, and I was like driving bicycle, and it was night. We were living in this a military settlement, so you know, we were like safely traveling from one house to another, to going and playing with other families' kids, and I was going there with my bicycle. On the way back home, there was this bat, you know, in front of me, and I was almost like crashing my face. Oh my god, it was really scary as a kid. But if I would see an owl, most probably, or notice one, I would just stop my bicycle and just, you know, look at their grace. So yes, I'm a person who hasn't seen an owl with her naked eyes. I wish I saw one day. Very beautiful creatures. So we know that they are the night seers, right? And so, and also the wisdom, of course, with the owl brings experience, making the collective. We learn now. We pick information. The information becomes knowledge, and the knowledge becomes wisdom, right? Wisdom is not about old age, by the way, because it's about, sometimes you see a 17-year-old person and you say, what an old soul, right? So wisdom does not relate it with age. It's about the soul. So here, actually, there was something in the near future that we learned. This card, if it was like so, for instance, in the bigger Desta reading, if it was like so far away, we learned what we learned and it goes away. But here, the source is close to us, you see. And it's like to learn about a subject, like until it's every detail, covering its, until covering its every detail, bits and pieces of detail. Also, there is an artistic quality here, or something artistically influencing the collective energy. We get so much joy from, maybe watching, listening, performing, speaking it, or whatever we do with our five senses. Also, this is the teaching ability. It represents, for instance, you know this art or this craft or skill, you were like teaching. Maybe the connection here has come with the teaching someone something, it can be, for instance. Plus, this has taught us something maybe in the past, like we have learned something, a craft we ourselves learned. It also brought wisdom, inspiration. There was maybe you witness a success, okay, in art, literature, crafts. Something has made us like this this aged wine, you know. Like this aged wine, you feel like aged wine, you are now like feeling perfect about that subject. Or super inspiring, something super inspiring came to us. And as we get more practice in that, we will get more steps forward. We will also, this wisdom of course brings like better decisions. So something which is really nourishing us is making us to give better decisions in the next couple of days, making us to give better decisions. Also, this is reading. Someone is making really big reading, extreme reading. Now in the future this card becomes the elementals. Okay, there is going to be like too much we will receive from this. Doesn't matter, reverse, still a good card. Okay, so we want to move into many directions, and how we gonna utilize the things we have learned in so many ways. Actually, our love life, emotional life, material life, intellectual life. Okay, they all get influence from this learning or this influential energy here, making us wiser, making us to give also better decisions, maybe with some delays, but in some areas of life maybe we will be influenced in a very good way. Okay, it's impossible for us to produce that information all the time. Of course, we need to read, we need to experience, we are in exchange with others, you know. Again, that social network, like something socially contributes us, but if the situations in the love energy is also in the mixture, the fears with the talk we talk about with the star. Oh, okay, so we have the Simone here. Simone just right after star. Simone card is a wind. Simone is the wind, and when this wind blows, you know, it's a African, Egyptian, Middle Eastern wind, and when this wind blows like 20 minutes, it actually changes like the topography of the that place we are in. Like it gets that scoops from the sand of the deserts and move them to other places. It's like the removal of something from one place to another, that with the sudden wind. So it brings, when reverse, this removal and the sudden change in the topography of events, then it represents an instant breakup in our lives sometimes. Also, like let's say the instant separation from things. Okay, instant separation from things. Actually, this Simone, if it was upright, it would make Sa like someone we really want to see, want to be with, and or we want to be in that social connection. or if it is love, like to be really with someone, like, you know, the Simone wind blows and two people come together kind of thing. But it may also represent its reverse, with the Sa and the Owl. It's like a particular information or experience makes us maybe to move from one place to another. It may represent also moving house, moving place, or someone we close, they move from one place to another. Maybe we feel we are not gonna see them anymore, maybe through social connections. Or it can be again socially. For instance, there is this person, we want to meet them, but we also see, for instance, have to see people that we don't want to see actually. Sometimes to, you know, come together by obligation, especially when, you know, guys, it's very common thing in all over the world. You have these relatives, right? Okay, let's say relatives, and there is an event, people come together, but there are also relatives that you are not so much fond of, right? So, but there are also people that you want to see there. So, you know, it together, two of them goes in like one basket, let's say. It can be also, for instance, there is this friend, there is this person, there is this, maybe again, maybe a lover, but in the past, let's say, it was very visible, it's in the awareness place. Something has maybe like giving a decision to not to see them again. Okay, I don't want to see you again, don't talk to me again, you know. Maybe this is like some kind of a separation it creates by moving from one place to another, or by word. If it was upright, it would be different though. Maybe what we learned has the owl brings separation. This can be also that. What is in the fear? Oh, okay, so we have the Emerald. Emerald is a very good card. I love the Emerald card. It is a card which talks about abundance in many things in life. It really brings this huge satisfaction with the emotional prosperity. I mean, it's just that it doesn't go away, and it's the abundance, and it's the abundance, it's the prosperity, and it may also represent to meet with someone that we love and know. Again, referring to the social connections there. Also great love, the reciprocation of love. So in the past, this is the love we feel. So when we see that person, our emotions get very abundant. But we got wisen up about something, and there was maybe also a sudden breakup, or this not seeing, not talking, or separation has actually, you know, the love is still there, like deep down, you know, deep down there is this reserve of something still, okay, reserve of something there. Let me see, reserve of emotions. Oh, the snake, this is betrayal, guys. I understand now. One person wisens up, the owl. The owl looks at the snake. So Okay, so the snake makes the things a bit different now, because with the snake, in the stack card, snake is you know, a 100% betrayal card, and it's 100% the enemy card, very shrewd enemy also. Also, I'm happy that now it is actually far away from us, because there was an enemy, they were like watching us, but they also were maybe near, try to be near. It says, don't trust this enemy, never be, you know, close to them, because the first, it's like that person in the first opportunity, they will really, let's say, like putting someone down or taking them down. So we are happy that this enemy is in the past and far away from us. Lots of pain they want to inflict, and very shrewd person. Like, again, which is not helping, but we have Wisen up. I'm happy that we have Owl in between us and the snake. Let's get some, oh, Anchor. Okay, so what we are looking actually up in the crown chakra, let's say, the anchor. So with the anchor energy, we are looking for actually trust in our relationships, ladies and gentlemen. And the anchor, this is the trust. When you put it right, the ship is not moving. And the anchor, when you put the anchor, so it's a good companionship with trust, full trust, and also a relationship which it also represents a relationship which can evolve to marriage. You know, the relationship that needs to be surrounded with the trust deeds, and this is loyalty. This is the most important thing: loyalty, faithfulness, and the big wins in the social interactions and also in the work business it may represent. So actually this is like, it's like there is someone, we want faithfulness, collective trust, faithfulness. It's like a person, wherever they are socially, it's like by being with them we want this faith, trust, knowing deep down we are secure with this connection, and what matters is this connection, and it's not about another man or woman, you know. So we want to be faithful here. We want to attract the faithfulness of a person. And though in the past there has been also not so good influences, or we want to build this out of a, let's say, out of a corrupt social scenery. We are looking for faithful, loyal connections. Want to praise that beautiful connections. We have the Darwish. How many lessons, like, more I have to learn until I grasp the truth. This is the fear. Sometimes that fear of repeating the same mistake over and over again. This is actually, personally, this is something I really, let's say we say, okay, I learned this lesson, right? I learned my lesson. But when it is like repeated, yeah, you say, oh, I repeat this now, oh my goodness, you know, you don't want to repeat it anymore, okay? You don't want to repeat this, because the thing is that, are we looking for that loyal and trustable connections in a really, in the convenient relational networks? Because Dervish reverse telling me that if you didn't learn from past, if you don't know the past, if you don't take their lesson, this is going to not gonna put some, you know, good experiences for the future. You can see lies or other events, you know, overwhelming, increasing, and you need to always stick up with the knowledge and wisdom to not to repeat. Don't rush, it says. This is like the inner voice speaking to us. To rushing things is going to bring trouble. Don't rush, it says. Are we really facilitate a connection here with someone that we really want to trust? We want to see, maybe experience this person or this connection in a social scenery and see how it goes, but we don't also want to, you know, repeat the same mistakes here. Okay, last cards. Turan reversed, the moon reversed, in the future looks the star. Wow. I think sticking up the knowledge, wisdom, information, giving the good decision, it's going to create the stars like this, what you can imagine to be the best. So in the 2 days, this is a 2-day reading, but yes, by the way, I call it daily reading, but you know, the west of the world and the east of the world has almost you know, hours difference. So in order to call it a day, I give it 2 days. Otherwise, a day is for me, a day is for the other person is the next day, right? So when you consider the time differences in the world, so that's why we give it 2 days. But in these 2 days, we need to stick up with the knowledge, wisdom of the past. If there has been a separation, breakup, or if someone around us parting ways, this can be really a wisdom for us. And the moon reverse is actually a good one. This takes a bit this overwhelming feelings away, depression away. We need to stick with the information. In the fear part, which is not really visible, we have the Turan reverse. Now Turan, we have many court cards, like three court cards in this particular reading is not really bad. I mean, still some archetypal energies when it comes to human relationships is definitely in the mixture. And here we are looking at Turan, who is actually a guy who can be a very close friend. But I think while we stick up to our path, there is a friend here, came reverse. What someone is doing or saying behind our back. It's like a friend betrays, actually, the snake and the reverse Turan, a friend betrays energy. But whatever this thing, if we stick up to the knowledge, information, definitely we may be prone to repeat a mistake, but we shouldn't. I mean, we really need to be careful. It's good to cleanse our energy, you know, in your culture or, you know, spiritual traditions. What do you do as a person in order to cleanse your energy? Please do that, because sometimes a person's, you know, bad deeds or his intentions can work like a spell against us. So we need really our energy to be clean. So personal psychic hygiene comes first in these 2 days. We need to, again, in that social scenery, this is like actually 2 people who are maybe that we had some experience. Actually, we know what these people maybe could do, but we need to stick up the knowledge again, not what others say, but what we have learned so far. This is going to be important. Maybe we want to establish a trustable connection. We are, of course, you know, actually in life, connections are always like goes through test and trial. You know, no one takes something like for granted for sure, but people do not sign up for later to be betrayal when they form these connections, of course. So there is also that your hopes, of course, for something to be like long lasting, but the thing is that it always like subject to some test and trial. So through this it strengthens or it weakens, right? So here this is what we're gonna see and experience, it seems. But in these 2 days, I strongly believe there is something for us there, regardless of what we go through in the relationship scenery or connections. We will also have some really, there are stars here, by the way. This is the sun. We don't have other planets, but this is actually a sky, a constellation, and here maybe Andromeda, Milky Way. You know, it's actually the whole constellation of stars. I really love that, how they depict the star. You know, something also here determining fate. Something deep, it's like this three grace, not three graces, but in the Greek mythology, who is weaving the fate. So something here is actually taking shape for us. It is written in the stars, it seems, in a more traditional sense, like something that hanging in potential and it may come. And it's like we are, hi Poopy, wanna come? Poop. Okay. Poopy. Okay, so he's leaving. And you know, it may feel something, you know, this card actually depicts that scenery. You know, there is this, let's say, pond of water where the stars are dropping their reflections on all the celestial bodies. You know that they are reflection. You are like, you know, you can't touch them, but you know that they are working there. And something is like, on the long run, gonna give shape to your future, it says. And this is also about to get known and to get some kind of a, we talk about the star, the attractive guy, you know, the social scenery, how he forms that. But actually the star also literally brings some star influence, like our or how we gonna present ourselves to the outside world, if this is going to help you out in a social scenery, regardless of that shadow quality of energies here projected through that star and Turan. It's like that grace, that charm, that visibility. It's like what we put out, it's like a recognition. Yes, something is gonna get a recognition. And plus it may represent someone who really truly wants to be with us, despite of that past snake energy here. Someone also, it's very charming. Someone finds you very charming here. Maybe someone, I mean, there is like a conversation. You want to speak to this person, and like you will speak it. You want, it's to be able to reach the person in your heart. And this can also go in any, for instance, I don't know, let's say let's say I am a hairstylist, okay? I'm a hairstylist, and let's say I come up and find a very beautiful hairstyle, and it's like this is my creation. I have, let's say, trained myself in this models, which are not real humans, but artificial hair, let's say. I practice it with artificial hairs, with wings, you know, and I come up with this beautiful hair style. But now I have something in my mind, okay, this hair would go to a beautiful face, but that client or customer, they need to enter from my shop, right? So obviously not every hairstyle goes with every woman. There are shape of face and you know, eyebrows, nose, the proportions, you know, anything. By the way, really, it's how important our haircuts, how they are important. They really change all the vibe of a woman. So but it's like on that day, let's say, it's that person, the woman who has that features in their face, just enters, and the thing I have been like working on now truly fits. I find that, let's say, person finally who is going to carry the hairs cuts I have created. They and they are happy, I'm happy, and we are all good. Here, maybe, by the way, this is, for instance, the snake in the past. Maybe there was some kind of a competition or enemy. You are coming out from a rival scenery. Everyone wants to see what you are up to, what you are doing. But you trust your skills, you trust your ability to bring your talents to the many fields in your life area, and finally it comes out and the person arrives. So socially also something taking place there. I mean, it's, for instance, in that sense, if it is not necessarily a love connection, but something in our heart will find us, okay? Something in our heart finds us. This is very good. This also speaks about a talent. By the way, how many minutes? Oh my God, almost 1 hour I'm talking. Yes, when I go educational with the cards, this really what happens, because I really want you to understand the essence of these cards as well, dear tarot friends. Yeah, the talent really, and you know, let's say it may also represent, ladies and gentlemen, let's say you have this talent, let's say you play piano, so it's like someone comes to you and tells to you, you know, can you play piano on my wedding day? And you say, oh my God, but I can't, I didn't play like 5 years, 3 years, I haven't touched the piano, you know, you say. And, but, you know, with a good, let's say 2 weeks, or 2 days, let's say you're gonna play just one song, you really play it, okay? And you come with, shine with that talent, and you are happy, you bring out that talent to the social scenery. Maybe this, again, Turan and Dastar energy, there were people who weren't believing you, but you socially represent yourself there with your talent, so you are shining there with something. You are the star, it says. Okay? And the snake here can be also sometimes our own, we can also become an enemy to ourselves, right? Standing on our own path. So it seems it turns out like this. Though this separation energy with the Simone is also very interesting, and how we want to still build the anchor here actually. This was also something I think significant to see. Of course, the moon card with all its glamour and mastery, it was also interesting to see that, because there we are looking at something, yes, psychological form, but how to say, regardless maybe of the social scenery, or maybe if there was a breakup, it's like we will be like out there somewhere, regardless of maybe the other person. I don't know, for those people, for instance, who has to be socially in a place with a past lover that you broke up, but you have to go and see that the social events, and you gonna bring your talent there, for instance. You know, there can be also things like that, because you want to keep the status quo maybe with the encore. Yes, the temporary, the worry can be temporary here. Like, what matters here is the star. So what was actually in the collectives? Yeah, nice. I like that. We have the paths. Oh, we want a new direction. We want a new direction there, and we want something new. We wanna see also the, you know, some progress in our road. And actually, I want to tell you something, guys. These 2 days can be very unexpected in so many ways, because if that opportunity you are waiting, and there were also opportunities in yesterday's reading, this opportunity can come. It may be a new road we want to take in, and this is like the lucky aspect. Trust the path and walk, it says, and be courageous. This path will turn out to be opportunity. It may change your life. You know, okay, make your evaluation and take the necessary steps for success, it says. Yeah, quite some successful, also with the star, beautiful. It looks good from here. Really, a good opportunity can come out. Maybe this guy is bringing us size also, someone like socially attract us, and takes this separation and the enemy energy maybe away, and building more, oh, not this one though, more solid steps in our path, something in that nature. So let me see an advice from the genie. Oh, this one. Okay, so we have the badass. This is about how we are facing with events, and how actually make us, you know, strengthening us. And it's about growing experience, to have abundance. You see the same card, same elements, they are in the same element. There is an abundance here, and even there were difficult times for you, things gonna be all right, things gonna be okay, it says. Many experiences and many prosperity and abundance on our way, it seems. Wow, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this reading. So in the next reading, which is going to be for December, very excited for the first 2 days of December, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much. Take good care. Bye bye.